much. I'm so happy to interview you because now your story is so interesting. So you've got Starla. Tell me, so what breed is she and how old is she again?
Okay, so she's 7 now. She's just turned 7 at the end of January, and she's a mixed breed. So her mom was a Basset Hound crossed with a Labrador, and her dad was a Collie. So she basically just looks like a short, stocky Labrador, but she's black and white. So she got the black and white from the Collie, I guess.
Oh, and did you have her as a puppy?
Yeah, so we got her as a puppy when she was 8 weeks old.
Oh, okay. And what food was she on when she was younger?
So she came with whatever it was that the breeder was feeding her. But then when we realized we were getting a puppy, I was researching what would be the best for her, and then I came across raw feeding. And I thought, okay, I mean, it was a bit hectic because I was vegetarian at the time. So for me to then start dealing with this raw meat, it was very gross. But I did it because I thought it was what was best for her. You know, I thought it would be the healthiest thing for her. So yeah, she's been raw since a puppy.
And did she do well on it? Was she?
She was fine. Yeah, people always commented on how like shiny her coat was, and like she was never overweight. She was always quite energetic, very friendly, too friendly. In fact, she's always been that way. She never had any issues, never had any vet, visits or anything. So she did fine on it, but she just had, I could never get rid of the flaky skin. She always had hectic flaky skin, yeah.
And what made you change then? So you obviously have changed her to 100% plant-based, homemade,
yeah. So it was actually selfish reasons. I mean, we about 2 years ago went completely vegan as a family, and I just couldn't bear dealing with this raw animal products anymore, because it was this gross, like it was organs and that kind of thing, and the vegetable side of it was fine because it was just raw vegetables that were being blitzed up and mixed with the food. But to deal with that, it was gross. So then the stench, so then I just researched, and I was just totally amazed that they actually made vegan dog food. And in the UK, I was blown away. My husband thought I was nuts because I was so excited about the fact that I could actually feed my dog vegan and not have to deal with this stuff. But then I mean, we just went for the cheapest vegan stuff. I mean, it wasn't as cheap as other stuff. Then what was it? And so I slowly took her off of the meat stuff and just put her on Benevo. I think that was the only one I could find at the time.
Okay.
But then...
Did she transition easily?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she loved it.
Good.
No problem at all. She's quite... I think she actually liked it even more because quite often she would pull her nose up at the raw food, like the meat, and if she went to my mom, she would just stop eating her food. Like, I don't know if it was because she missed us or what the issue was, but quite often she would just go off of her food completely. You'd have to force her to eat. So I don't know. Yeah.
And then so you contacted me at some point, didn't you?
So yes, I was really excited to find you and being in the UK as well, because we were then getting a puppy, and I just didn't think that what I was giving Starla was going to be adequate for a puppy. It just, like, I started looking into it and it was just this overload of information. And then I found you, so it was all good. You just sorted everything out for me, and I've been cooking vegan or plant-based food for the both of them for about, like, when did we get Mango? She's about 5 or 6 months old now. So
yeah, about 4 months. Yeah, and you've been brilliant because I know now you're just using the homemade recipes, aren't you? And what difference have you noticed? You mentioned flaky skin before when she was on raw food.
Yeah, the Starla's skin is totally fine now. She's very, very shiny, black, amazing coat. And when I brush it now, I don't see any of the dry skin anymore, which is amazing.
Perfect. Oh, you see, that's exactly because so many owners have this misconception that the raw food is the one that causes the shiny coat.
Mm.
But actually, vegan food, interestingly, because you can balance the right amount of protein and the right amount of omega-3s for the coat, so many owners, the very first thing they notice is soft coat and it goes all shiny, which is
Yeah,
exactly what you did with
yeah,
Starla, which is
that's cool.
wonderful. Good. Well done, Bronwyn, because that's just, you've done the perfect thing. I mean, not just for Starla, and now you've got this dear little puppy Mango, but obviously it just makes you sleep better at night, doesn't it?
Oh yeah,
Just
definitely.
knowing that, that you're doing it right for the planet, that you're doing everything as a family, you're all
Mm,
in it together. I think
yes,
that's,
maybe
yes.
I can be eating the same stuff. It really is.
Yeah, yeah, and no more smells.
Mm.
And did you notice a change? And horrible topic, but I have to ask this, in her poo, from raw to plant-based.
Oh yeah, so there's hardly a smell. It's just
Yeah,
like, I mean, it's a lot bigger. You know, she does these
a bit
humongous
more. Yeah.
dumps, yeah, but they very easy to deal with. I've got to use two hands now to pick them up, but not as disgusting. It's yeah, it's almost pleasant.
Exactly. I know. I was walking and there was a man whose dog had just stuck to have a poo, and I could smell it for about 2 or 3 meters
Oh,
as I was walking. And I forgot how much dog poos smell because I'm just so used to no smell anymore. It's the
yeah.
most amazing thing, isn't it?
Really.
Yeah, because obviously broken down meat compared to broken down plant matter is completely different. And
Mm,
so yeah, good. So lots of positives. Just well
mm.
done with everything you're doing. Fantastic. Thank you for that, Bronwyn. So appreciate all that information because I think other owners will find that so interesting who want to make that step into transitioning from raw
Yeah,
to plant-based. Yeah,
yeah.
perfect.